Launched in March of 2006, The People History is a unique website that combines interesting facts and figures of the past 75 years with the personal memories of folks who experienced them. Creator Steve Pearson spent 7 months tirelessly researching American history for each year from 1920 all the way through 2006. The most popular feature to the site is the area where people can post their own memories to share with the world. Averaging well over 150,000 hits a month, the website is helping keep our history alive for all to share.
I researched each year and each decade. I researched things like prices, which has never been researched before and is still today nowhere else on the internet. I researched things like the pop culture, which includes TV programs or the music or even the clothes that people wore. And then what I did as well is just put in the other basic things, such as the events that happened in each year. So, so all the events are there and documented. The site isn't an academic history site, and I never set it out to be that. There's some brilliant sites out there that do that much better than I ever could. What I tried to do was take real people, the things that affect real people, not the things that we can read about in books. And then follow it on from there so that people could leave their own memories relating to those events in history. I wanted to create the people history so that children could come in and read a more living history. And if they then read the memories as well, they could read their parents' memories from that period of time in history. So it's just a combination of a real people's history, which is why it's called the people history. It's real people. It's not, the stuff that you read about in books normally.
Do you remember your first bike ride? Your first day of school? How about that cool hairstyle you had as a teenager? Throughout our nation's history, people have had a passion for recording memories, and some folks are always looking for better ways to do it.
I wanted to create something that had never been done before, and to enable the memories the internet age or today's age to still be able to pick up those memories and put them on the internet. I wanted them to leave memories that were important to them, not what I decided should be their memory, not what anybody else decided to be their memory.
Believing that our history consists of facts, events, and the moments we experience, Steve created The People History, a website that highlights the common thread between the times we remember and how they relate to the events that occurred in history.
What The People History does is an enabler to bring back those people's memories, because they wouldn't remember that otherwise. If there was no trigger mechanism, they wouldn't come back up. And what the people history does is really enable some of those memories to come back to the forefront so that they can then put their own memories forward. The site allows people to add their memories. I've allowed people to add their memories anonymously, or they can put their real name. They'll then enter the memory and they can include photographs if they want. It will then appear on the website when I've decided that it's okay for everybody to read. Then other people can come in, hit the comment button, and they can add their own comments, or maybe even their own additional memories to that particular thing.
Steve polices the website himself to ensure it contains only appropriate content. His ultimate goal is to preserve our memories for future generations, so any visitor to the site can read about our history directly from the people who lived it.
I was reading some of the other people's memories, and then it jogged my own memory of my dad and made me want to write something about it. So I got to grow up with my dad's hobbies, and one of them was he decided he wanted a pilot's license. So he went and got himself a pilot's license, and I was probably around between the ages of 8 and 10, and he would go to, there's a little airport called Westosha Airport, and he would go and hire his little 2-seater Piper Cub, and we'd go up there, and then he would practice his stunts. And I loved it. I looked forward to the weekends, because he would haul me with him, and we would go up in the airplane, and he would stall the airplane and flip it around, and it was great when you're a kid. It was a lot of fun.
History doesn't have to be boring. History is created by people, events, and life experiences. Share yours with us. Log on to The People History, where people, memories, and history join together.
Since launching the site, the growth has just been phenomenal, even more than I expected. Currently this month I get 250,000 page views. Next month I'm pretty sure I'll be close to 500,000 page views. I'm getting memories from all over the world. I had one 2 days ago from Mexico on somebody that was in memory of his father.
I have very vivid memories of my childhood, some good, some bad. When I was 7, there was a circus in town, so I wanted to see it. So I snuck under the canvas to see the circus, and I got caught. So as a result, they made me part of their act. So they put me on this horse, and I didn't know it, but they put pants on me that were big. So when they lifted me off the horse, the pants fell off. I can always remember my mother used to make zachitki, and that's a poor food, and I hated it. And she didn't have any money to make it. It's dough, boiled dough, but you like your finger. And that's what we ate, and that was horrible stuff.
It's a great concept. I looked at other people's memories, and that then jogged my memory and made me want to share some of my own. I've recommended it to people that I work with, and they themselves have put their own memories on the site, and they seem to like it as well. They enjoy it.
We lived in a poor section of Amsterdam, and for Christmas, my mother gave me a little red wagon. I knew that we were poor, and I just made it a point to go into the city and go into the backyards of furniture stores and so forth to pick up these boxes. And I remember one day I was near a police station, and he took my hand, and I thought he was going to arrest me for taking these boxes. And instead, he put funny, but he put a bushel of food into my wagon. And I thought that was pretty good. So we had some food.
All the people on this planet are all people. They all have memories. They all have childhood memories. They all grow up as children. A childhood memory from somebody in Iran or in Africa is going to be vastly different to a childhood memory who's brought up in the Western world, in England or in the United States. And if it helps people to understand those people from other countries, other cultures, other lives, to realize that they're just, they go through exactly the same things as we do. But actually everything that we do, at whatever age in our life, is controlled by our memories from earlier. And people's memories are important. People's memories are as important as a living history as any history written by an academic. That's a genuine belief.